I am Vibha Chaturvedi, Head of the Social Sciences Department, Biyani Group of Colleges, Jaipur. In today's session, we'll learn about interview skills. You might have heard many lectures on interview skills, but today what I am going to tell you is something very practical. The moment people get a call letter for interview, the very first thing that starts dancing in front of their eyes is the salary. And they start making castles in the air, thinking this is what I will do with the salary I'll get. But believe me, you have to work very hard before you get that salary. You have to actually prepare for interview skills. Believe me, the most learned people, the most experienced people also need to prepare very well for interview skills. Why? Because this is the skill that is to be learned and to be prepared well. So, what are the important things that we keep in mind while preparing for an interview? The very first thing is, the moment you get a call letter, start the preparation with your CV, or you call it resume. Prepare it well. Take a hard copy. Prepare your certificates well. Keep them in a nice smart folder. Please do not put them in a polythene bag of some sari bhandar. Don't do that. In a nice folder, keep your certificates. That is preparation number one. Second, your dress. Your dress, you have to be very properly and very formally dressed when you go for interviews. You can't be casually dressed. You can't go there in your jeans and t-shirts. There is a proper dress code which is fixed for interviews, and according to the need of the company that you have applied for or that you are going to join, please find out the dress code, but it is always formal. If it's a western dress, it has to be trousers and a shirt, full sleeve shirt, and believe me, no heavy makeup, no heavy jewelry. You're not going for a party, you're not going for a wedding, you're going for an interview for the job. Same applies to men. Proper shirt and trousers and the shoes, leather shoes for interview. Now two preparations are done. One is your CV folder, second is your dress. Third, the most important thing for the interview is your body language. Now please mind your body language. Wear a smile on your face. Be very particular about the time for the interview place to reach. Just find out how much it takes from your home to the interview place where you have to go for interview. Always make sure that you reach minimum 10 minutes early so that you can report that you have come there. You can always visit the washroom, do up your hair and be ready. Look presentable when you go for interview. Look at yourself. They should be not only smile, the confident look. That confidence thing is very, very important when you go for interview. Do not be nervous. Okay? So when you go for interview, when your name is called, please stand at the door. Don't straight away barge into the room. Don't do that. And stand near the chair. Once you are asked to sit, then only sit. Don't drag or pull the chair like this and just sit down. And sit in a proper manner. Don't sit like this. This is not the way one sits. Okay? When you sit on a chair for the interview, please sit properly. Like this. Your both feet on the ground and hands placed comfortably on your legs. So that's the way you sit. Then wear a smile, wish everyone whatever time of the day it is, if it's morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever. If it's one interviewer, please maintain that eye contact with your interviewer. If it's a panel of interviewers, then please wish everyone. It can always happen that when they ask you questions, they try to bombard you with your questions just to check your confidence level. Don't get panicky, don't get nervous, just take it very coolly, okay? Reply each and every interviewer's questions very individually. Okay, sir, answer to your question is this. Madam, answer to your question is this. That's how you will answer. They do it deliberately just to check your confidence level. So, do not be panicky, do not be nervous. Alright, mostly the first question they ask you is, because you are a stranger to them and they are a stranger to you. So, what is the first question they will ask you? Madam or sir, please tell us something about yourself. And the moment they say, please tell us something about yourself, it means please give your personal introduction. Now, there's a proper way of introducing yourself. How do you introduce yourself? Do not start by saying myself so and so. Saying myself is absolutely wrong. You can be rejected in the interview for saying so. So say, I am so and so, or my name is so and so. Be modest. Okay, my name is so and so. Then in your personal introduction, include three things: your name, your qualifications, and when you tell your qualifications, please speak about your highest qualification, and your hobbies. The moment you speak about your hobbies, please be very positive. Don't say I'm very fond of sleeping and watching movies. That cannot be your hobby. Say something constructive, say something nice, that it can be a positive point for you to be selected in the interview. So, you can also be asked, why do you want to leave your previous job? Please be careful when you answer this question. Never criticize your old company or your old boss. Never do that. Say something positive and say in a way that my house is closer to your institute, or maybe your prestigious institute will give me more experience, or anything you can say. But please don't speak about salary until and unless you are asked about the remuneration. So don't show that you are very keen to only take the salary and you are not keen to work. If you are asked, then properly reply that this is what I expect. Otherwise, don't say about it. Not at this point. Also, please remember that your attitude has to be very good, very positive. You can always say that you love to work in a team. And when you work in a team, you can be a good team leader. Okay, so say something very nice so that you give an impression, you give a feel to the interviewer that you will be very useful to the company which is hiring you. Right? Then don't go with the attitude thinking that only they will ask you questions. No, that's not necessary. You can also ask them questions, but ask only relevant questions. Okay, don't talk too much in the interview, and don't try to tell too much about yourself. When you tell about yourself, don't talk about your family. This is what my father is, or my mother is, or my grandfather is. No, they are not interested in knowing about your family. They are only interested in knowing about you, what you do, what have you done, what are your qualifications, what is your potential. They are only interested in knowing about you. If they ask you about your family, then tell. Otherwise, do not talk too much and do not give them any extra information which is not relevant to them, or maybe they don't want it. Okay, so you also ask question, a relevant question. Now this, when you ask your question, this is the time you can talk about remuneration, you can talk about the timings, you can talk about any other query that you may have in your mind. If you will follow these points, be sure you will be selected in the interview, and then you can enjoy the salary that you will get. Thank you, thank you, thank you.